That was the fastest rendition of the picks and bans I've ever seen in history of the game. We are back once again live. Apologies, I did not expect him to come up that quick. Joining me alongside me today is Ataraxia from Team Titan, who's helping us out with the picks and bans and all the action of this game. You still there, buddy?
I am indeed. I'm very excited for Game 2. I've got a lot of faith in INTZ. I'm hoping they pull one out of the bag and show the world that Brazil and Latin America have got some stuff to bring to the world.
Well, you know, what's going to happen to you is probably what happened to me with Europe.
Big disappointment.
Big disappointment. That's exactly what it is. AFK Gaming have got Bellona as their first lock-in instantly. This was really fast on the picks and bans from them. So should be able to get that one for themselves. Ymir, Hercules banned by AFK Gaming. INTZ took away Circuit and Isis. They don't want Kiki to have the Isis again in this game, it seems.
Can you blame them? After the last game, I mean, he hit like every spirit ball, and whenever they tried to kill him, he just slipped right through, stayed alive.
Well,
It's scary. It's ban-worthy.
Well, they've got Athena and Xbalanque in lane together, have INTZ, but that does leave Sylvanus open again for Incon. So he's not scared of just running that back one more time. What are they going to run alongside it, though, will be interesting to see, or whether they go for a mid laner here for Kiki to have priority pick. And it's actually going to be a Chronos pickup. That could be Zapuman.
Has that man played Chronos? He seems to be one to kind of stick to the hunters.
No, Zapman plays Chronos. I've seen Zapman play Chronos quite a few times. I'm pretty sure we could see that. Could be Cyclone Spin. I don't know.
Maybe it's one of those three-way flex picks. 'Cause I think Kiki's played it as well, so
yeah.
One of those things they can put everywhere.
Could actually be anywhere for that one, you're right. And so INTZ, their pickup next is what's required. They need a jungler more than likely, unless they want to run Athena there. Is a possibility for them. It's going to be Poseidon for that mid lane. And I quite like the Poseidon pickup, honestly. I think it's pretty good in most situations, especially against the likes of like the Guardians like Sylvanus and Ymir, just because of the mobility, you know? They're not as mobile, can't get away from the Kraken.
Yeah, it works very well with Athena as well, and Showmatch, so there's going to be a lot of confusion, they won't be able to see each other, then taunt, Kraken, bad things happen. It is a bit risky against Bellona though. Bellona has a very easy time juking it with her ultimate. Anytime she wants, she just, Roma, Invicta, dodge the Kraken, so that'll be a difficult thing for Poseidon to deal with, and it'll be interesting to see how they manage that.
Well, bans coming through. We're going to see INTZ banning away Anubis. Everyone that wants to see Anubis banned away there. Now it's back over to AFK Gaming, who take away Thanatos once again. They don't want to have to deal with Thanatos. So we'll have to see what they choose to do with this next pick. INTZ, it's up to them for what they choose.
We haven't seen Thanatos yet, have we? So I'm surprised to see these bans come through. I thought maybe they would target at Weekend, because he's quite known for Thanatos, but for AFK to ban him out, maybe there's more to that.
Well, Cabrakan is going to be the lock-in for INTZ, and now it's the last two picks required for the boys of AFK Gaming. Just going to lower this down a little bit, as those game sounds are a little bit on the aggressive side there. Fenrir once again locked in. That could be Cyclone's been one more time. Maybe Cyclone is just in the mood to play Fenrir all day.
Yeah, this is the tricky bit for INTZ, because they have Bellona, they've got Chronos, and they've got Fenrir, and all three of those could be put into the solo lane.
Well,
we'll see what this last pick is.
It's got to be Zapman on Chronos here. I really feel Zapman on Chronos. Hades potentially mid lane here by Kiki, ever so cheeky, and finally Cyclone Spin in the solo lane there. I think this is what we expected to see last game. Honestly, it was a little bit more freedom from AFK Gaming in their choice of picks here.
Yeah, I mean, it could actually, I'm not sure if Zap's up for this, or if he's even tried it, but in Europe right now, Bellona ADC is a quite popular thing, started off by Emilito from AFK Gaming, and he's really showed people what he can do with it, so maybe that's the case, yeah.
Oh, but do you really bring it out in a competitive game where there's money on the line at a LAN?
Epsilon did, and they won with it. I mean, not a LAN, but it's still an SPL game.
I guess that's true. Vamana is the last pick locked in for the Troll King, as he's called over. His name literally translates as the Troll King for the solo lane. Vamana there, his go-to god. From what I'm hearing from people in Latin America and Brazil, they class him as the Brazilian game hunter. And we'll see if he can perform against the North American game hunter in Cyclone Spin. I like how everyone's called Game Hunter. The versions of Game Hunter as time goes on.
Yeah. I mean, he does have quite the legacy though, that pentakill at the launch tournament is going to be... It's one of those very memorable moments.
It is. We're back with the casters again at the desk. The bow tie stealing man, the villain of the hour, and the nice dude on the right hand side too. They're getting themselves ready for this one. We're ready too. It's 1-0 right now to AFK Gaming. Let's see exactly what they bring out for this one. Do you reckon we'll see an invade early on maybe?
If that Bellona is in, I mean, yeah, this seems like an AFK invade game. They're you know, no hunter, so they kind of want to close this one out early. I think that seems to be the center of the draft. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an invade here.
Well, we're into game. On your screens right now, items are being purchased thick and fast. Xbalanque picking up Devour's Gauntlets as per usual. No surprise there to see that one. What we're going to see out of Chronos here, looks like it's going to be a Doobob start, and it is going to be Zapman playing that Chronos, obviously, as well. Well, we said it could have been that Bellona, but it's not going to be. And where else are we going to be seeing things go for this game? Well, Athena? Where's Athena? Athena's left base just with a ward. P-Bay trying to rush out of base here and drop a ward. But he's still going to have to go back and buy items now. He's not really got out far enough to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, hopefully it'll work out for him. I'm interested in Cyclone start. We see generally Hades will go for the Warlock Sash start, but I'm quite a fan of that as the Soul Trap, right?
Yeah, so he's going to go for the Book of Thoth. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a big fan of this. Hades is, in my opinion, I do not think he's a Guardian, and I also don't think he's a Mage. I think he's an Assassin. I think his role is to go full damage.
Calm down.
I mean, he does so much damage, and if you catch one person out, like you watch the team fight, someone Agni dashes, and then you're like, right, he's mine, and you go in, you ult him, and you kill him in like a second.
Just calm down. He's not an assassin.
He's an assassin. He's an assassin when I play him.
If a caster would have said that, they would have been BM to high heaven. Well, because a pro player says it, you get immunity to it because you're a pro player. That's not fair. Right? You can't call him an assassin.
I mean, that's how I would play him. I would approach Hades, but maybe I'm very unique in that respect. Very of the Mogao school of thought for the European players out there.
Well, as you can actually notice as well, Kiki is actually going to be that Fenrir in the mid lane. It's not going to be Cyclone Spin, which I did kind of gloss over, but you all see it on your screen anyway. At the beginning of this one, Kiki with the Bluestone Pendant starts, so he's going to have the sustain and gain red buff at the beginning. Cyclone going to help him out with the buffs, and no early invade coming out from anybody. As you can see, INTZ once again did their back harpies, and it means they're going to be delayed to lane, both sides again.
Yeah, I like the Fenrir mid. I think Poseidon's he's gonna be the focus of their team. He can't really do a lot about them.
Aimless just lost half his HP with one skill.
Yeah,
that's pretty painful.
I think that he's gonna max the jump here, and he's gonna do that over.
Zapman? Zapman? Zapman?
This is
Zapman. Okay, that's first blood. Kiki so cheeky, going to take that one down. Zapman rotates all the way over to mid lane. The ganking Zapman, as we call him now, secondary jungler, as Inkon is now the priority hunter in that duo lane. Half health in one blow for that Port Poseidon, and then immediately Zapman's rotation picks up the kill. And AFK Gaming get off to a great start, and it goes to Kiki.
Have those words ever been uttered? The ADC with the hot level 2 rotation to mid for first blood?
I've never, ever seen that before in the history. And maybe the Challenger Cup I've seen it, but I've never seen it work. So
I mean, yeah, Gankman. That's
Gankman,
right in this one.
Indeed. Gankman. Zapulated. AFK Gaming off to a flying start. They're going to be going back home now and saying, hey, Allied, you need to do these hot 2-minute rotations when you get home, because you've got something to prove now that Zapman just did it for you as well. So, INTZ down a kill already, Aimless under pressure in that mid lane. There, the Cyclone Spin though, starting to put the pressure on with this Hades a little bit. Up against the Vamana again, bullying him where he can. There's pretty much a farm off there, you can't really lose lane on the Hades. And let's watch this Zapman gank again. He even stepped on a ward. So Aimless should have known this was about.
Yeah, he did.
And he's not going to actually catch the ball. Oh, he walks back into the 3. And then Annihilation comes out. Kiki was like, thank you very much, Zapman, for the gank. Please come again.
That's going to be a rough waters for Poseidon moving forward, because a fed Fenrir with first blood in your lane all the time. He's going to jump in for half of HP every single time.
He's got Ragnarok as well right now, and you can see Weaken on the backside, going to steal back Harpies here. Mid Harpies are about to spawn as well. Incon's rotating to the left ones here, as Weaken still being cheeky. Not as cheeky as Kiki though, stealing away the back Harpies, and right ones are available. Weaken's going to get aggressed on, but they're only level 4. He's aimless in this mid lane. He's not got his Kraken available yet. As Incon's up left, AFK take right as well.
This is very, very early aggression coming out of AFK. Complete dominance. They're taking their back camps, they're getting both the mid camps. They've got the first blood. It's pressure in all the lanes.
Oh, Athena gets a little bit stuck there. The stun, a little bit too late coming out there. It's unfortunate. Incon tried to predict where the stun was going to land with the pull. Doesn't find it. And you can see the gold lead starting to stretch now to about 1,500 gold now. What are you looking at here as INTZ? Because you said you expect him to, get back in it. Is this the rotation from Zapman just throwing them completely?
I think so. I mean, imagine yourself in that situation. You're on comms. It's like, oh, the hunter just ganked. I mean, it's unheard of. I think it's throwing them quite a bit.
Well, everyone gets thrown by Zapman. He's actually gone back and got that Doom Orb online now. Has Zapman, so keep an eye on those stacks as this game goes on. The hot and tasty rotations, as you can hear. The Brazilian voice blast going out. Oh. There's a little bit of trouble there for the Vamana. He's not going to get the ultimate force in him though, as it was used by Cyclone Spin. That's the last hits of that on the corner there as well. Just seeing what other build we've got to see coming out here. It's nothing too exciting just yet. Bellona with those Ninja Tabby for the attack speed. Cabrakan did pick up Blink, so a little bit behind on boots right now. We've not really seen the Cabrakan so far, Atraxia.
No, I think maybe they're way back into this. I know it's still only 4 minutes in, but they are quite far behind already. Maybe when the Fenrir goes too deep, we see the Cabrakan with a hot blink and he traps him into tower or something like that. I think they've got to play on the overconfidence that we might see from AFK.
Speed buff gets dropped for Weaken. They're going to rotate over Cyclone Spins. Blue buff as well. Since that hot and tasty rotation at the 1 minute 30 mark, I'd say, is AFK Gaming haven't really gone overly aggressive yet, just taking the wins that they've got for themselves for free. As Zap continues stacking this Doom Orb, we do see Xbalanque now starting to work on those Devourer's Gauntlets.
So I think this is very much a protect the Xbalanque. He's him and Vamana are going to be the lifeline in the late game, while Athena, Poseidon, and Cabrakan, Cabrakan? Yes, I did it right. Are going to work on keeping them afloat until then.
What do you do as Poseidon in this game then? You've already given up first blood. I mean, do you change your mind at all, or you still go for the same sort of build you go for? Do you go more supportive now that you're struggling a little bit?
I would go full power. I would no CDR, just get as much power and pen as you can, because your Krakens are going to be few and far between, and when they land they need to hurt, so I would say maximise the power.
Well, let's see if he does choose to do that. At the moment, AFK Gaming being very aggressive in the enemy jungle here. We can try to catch QA3Q on the back. We're looking for a rotation, not going to find it. Cyclone Spin backing away from the blue buff as mid-Harpy spawn again. Incon's available on the left, and Kiki, he's not being too cheeky just yet. He's going to be hovering around there as well to help soak the experience through the wall, and probably swing right over to the right. So AFK continuing to extend the experience and gold lead ever so slightly in this one.
Yeah, they're building it very quickly for the amount of time the game has been on. I think that INTZ needs to try establish position on these mid camps, but the problem is they AFK, deliberately or not, the mid camps are staggered, so they can take one and then reposition over to the next one before it even spawns, which is very difficult to deal with.
It's working out well for the moment. I'm just checking in with what we're seeing coming out of the Troll King playing this Vamana right now. He's currently working on some magical resistance, as expected. As you can see, he's going aggressive under the tower QB3Q. The trade was interesting between the two there, but more than likely might see that Heartward Amulet coming out again. We've seen it a couple of times so far.
Yeah, he does seem to favour going for that defensive first item for the safety in lane. He does seem to be having a rough time though. I think it might be a good choice because his tower was already halfway down.
Kiki just dived in there onto Aimless, poked him down, 25% of his HP gone, just testing the waters. Cabrakan was nearby then, but they didn't really look to engage in it. Meanwhile though, Gold Fury looks like it's been started up there here by AFK Gaming. There's no ward coverage. INTZ very, very defensive right now. And this is taking them a while to do because it was only really Bellona and Incon doing it on the Sylvanus, but now INTZ no, but can they get him in time is the question. No, they cannot. That Gold Fury is going to go to AFK Gaming for free, and the gold lead extends to just under 5k.
I think really they're terrified of Kiki. I mean, you see Fenrir jump into a tower, take maybe one hit, and deal 30% of Poseidon's hit in one go, and you're like, I can't go near that.
And
So he scares them all away, and then free gold free.
So what do you do as a Fenrir then? What do you do as a Poseidon against a Fenrir in lane? Like you know the match was putting more than most. What would you do?
I think at this point it's the
Press
first thing to do
3?
is not die. But with that one
That's
out
good
the
advice.
window,
That's a really good advice, Ataraxia. Please tell us more.
but you can't get behind against the Fenrir. He snowballs very, very hard, and I think
So what happens if you're
now
really
that the
behind?
death is gone, I would ask Cabrakan to really babysit.
So you lost lane, and it's the jungler's responsibility to save you. Is that what you're telling me?
Pretty much, yeah. Blame the jungle, blame the support. Never your
Okay.
fault.
Remember that, boys and girls. If you get in trouble, blame the jungler. Get him to camp your lane because you can't win lane yourself. Cycle spin. Continue to follow Book of Tough. Ragnarok is popped in mid lane onto Nan, though, by Kiki. So cheeky as there's two fights going on. Amos is being forced away. The Athena ult is coming out, as is the Kraken, but it doesn't do much. As Kiki did get out of the fight, Weaken does bring down Nan on that Cabrakan. The pings are going hammering down into Vamana, saying watch out for the rotation from Cyclone Spin there. Let him know that the King Troll was looking for it, but he's not going to find anything for now, and he will back away.
This is the problem, you see, like it's very difficult for Poseidon to get his damage off because he got the Kraken as a solid 2-man Kraken, normally that can win fights, but between Sylvanus' Wisps and Bellona's ultimate, it's too much protection, so it just doesn't do enough damage.
Up to the 0 now, mid Harpy's due to spawn in about 20 seconds time, I suspect. Zatman does have Shoes of the Magi finished, and that Doom Orb is fully stacked now across the way. QE3 keep trying to do what he can, but Aimless in mid lane could be in trouble here. No Kraken available. Weaken with the Bludgeon's going to do work, plus the pull from Income. And the Scourge, well, it makes short work of the Waterman himself as the Harpies on the left do go down to Kiki. Right, they're looking for them too.
It's a tough game to be Poseidon. He's definitely getting the focus here, and rightly so. AFK have found a weak spot in the Poseidon pick, and they're exploiting it.
They really are. 7,000 experience now, 6,000 gold just under is what you can see on the screen. Kiki, very aggressive in the enemy jungle. Level 12 against 2 level 9s here. And I believe he went in there, stole ones away. Cheeky boy. Now he's going to go for the red buff too. Now that he's got his boy Incon with him. Zatman keeping QE3Q busy under this tower. And this is more of the what we expected from AFK. They look like they've turned up this game.
Yeah, they've. I mean, maybe it was planned. Just, they look quite relaxed, but this is their first game, so the one before was their first game.
Oh my goodness, Kiki just destroyed him, and now he's going to go on to Aimless too, who's in trouble. No Brutalizer available. The Whirlpool will buy him a second. Kiki wants this though. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in his cheeky eyes. Zatman steals. No, he does not. Kiki gets the kill with the jump in before Zatman could find himself his first kill of the game. He does assist Kiki 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, it's so. What do you do against that Fenrir? He's just devastating.
Well, it's going to be a rough ass now for him to get back into it. He is only 5-0 in kills right now, but the golden experience is just accelerating monumentously at 11 minutes in. The INTZ boys are in trouble, and we're going to see an instant replay arena of Nan. Well, he's going to be in trouble as Ragnarok picks him up. He goes on a brave adventure with Kiki, and Kiki's like, well, come on then. What's up? Because of the kill, obviously, it reset his runes, which allowed him to stun again. And then he dives in. Once his cooldowns come up, there's not a whole lot Aimless can do there at level 9. It was a good Kraken. Got attempted it anyway, but Kiki bravely walks away with another kill to his name.
We see how quickly he chunked down Cabrakan, who is one of the tankier base gods in the game with his Guardian stats and then his passive from one of his skills.
Oh, poor Aimless again. He's going to get caught out trying to support his teammates. Blinking from Incon. He's going to put Aimless in a world of hurt. Beads is forced as well. Good talk coming off from Athena, but Aimless will go down to Bellona, beating him down with the sword and shield in hand. Meanwhile, on the backside, Cabrakan tried to keep them busy, but Fenrir was having none of that, and neither was Cyclone Spin. It's not nothing you don't hear Cyclones they mentioned too much in these games, but it's mainly been the rest of AFK that have been putting the pressure on.
Speaking of Cyclone Spin, he apparently does not want shoes, doesn't like boots, doesn't want to go fast.
Yeah, he's going for the all stacks option.
Warlock
Sash, Book of Toth.
Just another stacking item next, and then followed up by maybe a Fatalis. Who needs boots? Does Hades even have feet? He doesn't need shoes.
He doesn't even need shoes as well. Apologies for the FPS drops, guys. I'm trying to fix the issue for you. It's been having issues the whole time. Let's see if that one fixes it for a little bit. Maybe we'll get a little bit more FPS for a few seconds. We'll find out. There you go, boys. Golf Fury has been started here once again by AFK Gaming. Looking for the pressure. Cycle has been on zone in duty, keeping away the Troll and the Athena. Now preemptive strike is down. The blinking from Incon is actually going to catch Aimless, and Incon's 1v1ing Aimless there, but now he's surrounded by 4 members. He may go down here, but Eagles rally from weak and re-engages. Incon is still trying to duke out and live. He will go down to the Troll. Zapman is here. Kraken comes out. Man falls to the wayside right now. Can they look for more and fire the kills onto him? Zapman having to rewind away. Kiki so cheeky no longer. He falls down to QE3Q. The first 2 kills of the game going to INTZ. And they might be able to get the Golf Fury off this too.
That's exactly what they needed. They get the important picks. They shut down the Fenrir most importantly, and if they can get the Godfrey on top of this, then it puts them closer to being back in the game.
Up Cyclone spin here, not in a good position in terms of HP. Neither is Zapman, who gets hit by that taunt. Zapman will fall to the wayside more than likely. No, he's still standing for a second. Now he goes down to QE3Q and gets a double kill. That's 3 quick kills to that Xbalanque, and that's going to really help him out.
Yeah, 3 kills on Xbalanque on QE3 of all people as well. It's something to be feared, and I think we can expect it to maybe explode in the rest of this game and really bring INTZ back.
Oh, it's 6k is the gold lead. Sorry, just under 7k is the gold lead. Now that was a few little mistakes from AFK Gaming that time round. It wasn't as clean as they had been for the start. Kiki died, and then when Kiki died, well, the rest of the cards seemed to fall down. From there, Incon did do the 1v1 play against Aimless, but then got surrounded, and he was the first casualty of war, really.
The question is, can we see AFK making the same mistake once again? I mean, they are. It's still 7,000 gold this early into the game. It's pretty substantial.
Trying to fix the issues with the stream, guys. Apologies for that. Doing what I can when I can for you all. As we tune in with Narn, following him around in the jungle, playing this Cabrakan right now. He has the Big Guardian Mail finished at the moment. And he's just chilling in the back seat for the moment with the Bedjai's boots finished as well. So he's got a little bit tankier, but he's not. I don't really feel like Nan's been impactful in this game at all. He's 0-4-2 right now. He's just. I think he went for a tankier god because the Thor one got picked a few times last time round.
Yeah, they have a very strong wombo combo with the Poseidon Cabrakan, and I feel with Poseidon getting behind early on, it's been difficult for him to really find what he needs damage-wise between Cabrakan and Poseidon. Especially as the game gets into the later phases, both of their base values are less impactful, and it might be causing some issues in securing the kills.
And securing the kills indeed. Let's see what happens next. 9-4, 15.5 minutes in this game, and AFK Gaming were off to a wonderful start. It started to slow down a little bit though as they allowed INTZ with a little opportunity. Cyclospin is pushing tier 2 on the right, left hand side though. They might be looking for the pick up to QE3Q. Eagles rally disconnect, forcing beads out. There, straight out ways the Wrath and Terror, and he can't even rise and Jaguar away from that one. Can QE3Q. Big Baby is online with the King Troll, but he's not really doing anything. We couldn't give a care in the world right now. He's just going to continue beating him back under the tower. And the boys of AFK, Zapman, under the tower 2v1. The rest of the team have left him, and he's get taunted. Zapman, look at the team. Oh, that was lucky that Whirlpool did not connect there. That could have been an issue. Meanwhile, Cyclospin continue to farm. This duo lane, level 17, absolutely monstrous right now he is.
He got shoes, so, you know, that's something.
He has shoes. Now. He has shoes and double stack him, so he's got Warlock Sash and Book of Top. What do you reckon he's going to go for next? You're a solo laner. You should know what he's going to pick.
Well, with my Hades Assassin build, I'd be looking for the Spear of the Mages or a Rodder Tahui. I think Rodder Tahui is more appropriate here.
Okay, well, let's see what he goes for. His tier 2 to the left does go to AFK Gaming. They're starting to focus on some more objectives now after that little bit of a misstep in that mid lane shenanigans fire on the Golf Fury. But Golf Fury's in their favour as well at the moment, as Cyclone going to go back to base. 15,000 experience, 11,000 gold lead for AFK Gaming. What are we going to see in terms of itemization next is the question. Is that man looking quite calm in the camera in the bottom left-hand corner in your picture there? Very chill. He looks a lot better than Allied would in this situation. Mainly because Allied would probably be asleep and not in the game. Potentially.
Shots.
It's not going to be Rod of Tahuti. You're a terrible solo laner, Axia.
Is he going
You
Obsidian
don't know what he's
Shard?
talking about? He's going Obsidian Shard. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, it's there's two different schools of thought when it comes to the pen for Hades. The Spear of the Mage is definitely better for his ultimate. The Obsidian Shard better for his 3. So, it's whichever one you really prefer. I quite prefer Spear of the Magus, but Cyclone Spin is Cyclone Spin. So.
And there's a reason why he's went to Worlds and you did. Oh, wait a minute, you went to Worlds! Anyway, Fire Giant has been started up by AFK Gaming at the moment. But immediately, P-Bay is in a lot of trouble. He's actually going to go down very, very quickly there. P-Bay does, sorry. And Cyclone Spin gets the credit for that kill. 3-1-2 Cyclone Spin now with this build online. That Obsidian Shard actually starting to do some work for him there. Fire Giant has begun, and with Athena being dead, well, there's not a whole lot INTZ can really do here. They're going to have to hope for what happened with Isurus Gaming earlier on today, I feel, and hope for AFK to make the mistake and throw.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good point. They have a difficult time. Well, I guess they have Chronos, so maybe not. Once Chronos gets the relativity, their towers are going to melt, but until then, their tower push isn't as quick as it would be with a Hunter. But now with Fire Giant, it's getting negated.
Meanwhile, the backside Kiki's so cheeky, so I'm blinking from Cyclone Spin, fearing away. Aimless doesn't actually engage onto him. Big Baby's forced though, and they immediately disengage from the Troll King for the time being. Vamana, I'm going to start pushing on the right hand side for the tier 2 there, so they get a good ultimate out for free on that Big Baby Vamana.
That's going to make him an easy pick, or an easier pickup come the next few fights if they decide to push for the Phoenixes. I feel they'll probably back off and finish their items up though.
Oh, yep, they're going to clear out the jungle after the tier 2 speed buff taken away as well. Very clinical performance from AFK Gaming here. I think they could potentially go a bit more aggressive than they are doing, but maybe that misplay in the mid lane where they gave a couple of kills over to QE3Q, making them just be a little bit more passive than usual.
Yeah, it might be like the start of the first game where they gave it the first blood and they're like, okay, we buckled down, we really got to focus up and make sure we finish this cleanly, because they are a good team and they can take things from us, so...
We're going to see a Reaper just greens here of the Big Baby going aggressive and looking for the aggression. This is the good fight that came out, I believe, for the boys of INTZ. And it was actually a mismatch as Incon gets picked off first. The team tried to rotate into support, but the Kraken was pretty devastating for a second just to keep them all pulled in, which allowed the box troll to keep the aggression on and QE3Q to come in and start cleaning up as everyone was running for the hill. So not a bad little engagement for him as we tune in back into the action here. 20 minutes in, we're looking pretty good. Oh, P-Bay caught our position, gets brutalized down. Ragnarok 2, he's going to get brought back to the teammates. Goodbye, Athena, we barely knew thee. And that's going to make it a 4v5 scenario once again for a Ragnarok, as Incon's going to tank up this middle Phoenix. What can INTZ do? Well, what it can't do is have a teammate in none. He's going to fall to the wayside to Cyclone Spin and Kiki so cheeky.
Was that a Girdle of Might?
I'm not sure. Is it a Girdle of Might? It may be a Girdle of Might. Kraken comes out though. Not going to do enough to kill him. And Zapman does bring down the troll. And now the Phoenix on the right hand side is also going to fall down here as well. AFK Gaming still have 5 members alive with the Fire Giant ticking. Minions are pouring into the base still. QE3Q tries to defend with Darkest of Nights. And Zapman trading back with him. Cyclone Spin in support as well. They're taking a lot of poke. The Titan's going to stand here. They need to back away. They're not going to find it. Zapman still trying to poke down for the damage. They're not going to find anything else.
What I'd like to see here is they group up on the minion spawn or just kill them.
Oh, well,
they can just kill them.
Well, Nan just died, so that's just killing him for the start of that one. INTZ doing fine for themselves. Left hand Phoenix is going to fall down as well. That's all 3 Phoenixes down. AFK Gaming are now in a dominant position at 22 minutes in. This looks like it's going to be game 2 going to AFK.
It does look pretty over at this point. I think if they use Hades' sustain, like they wait for the creeps to spawn, Hades heals his entire team up and then go in for the final push.
Well, 5 minions pouring in mid lane. Vamana doing a bit of taunting there. I heard the Vamana voice pack. This definitely was him. It doesn't look like INTZ are trying to fight. Yes, they are now actually, but the fight is already over as Kiki destroys 2 in half a second. P-Bay is going to have to run away. Meanwhile, up at the action is Vamana, kind of just taunting and dancing around. He realises he's dead. Zapman gets the credit for that one, a Cyclone Spin. And the rest of AFK Gaming secure themselves game 2 in this best of 5 in the Smite Masters Brazil final.
They look like they're having a great time. They're smiling, they're laughing. I think they feel like they've got this one on the bag, and I hope INTZ can maybe wipe that smile off their faces.
Can they wipe the smile off their faces? Because cheeky grins that man there. Look at him. He's not going to look at the camera. What did I
He's
do?
happy.
I played Chronos and won a game. I'm the best. Yes, I am. Do you not see that? I'm so good. And then goes like, shut up, that man. As usual, you get carried. It's just like ranked games all over again. God damn it. I'm sick of it. Kiki's so cheeky there. Like, I just played Fenrir. I pressed 1 and he died. And Weaker's like, bro, I built crit on Bellona. And the second's like, I double stacked on Hades. Hi. I'm probably one of the best solo lanes in the world. I double stacked on Hades. And the camera's staring at me. Please stop staring at me. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it.
So I mean that was a pretty convincing performance. You gotta be a bit shaken as INTZ looking after that.
Well, what would you do as INTZ now? Because let's be honest, you had a game at the World Championships against the well, formerly known as Cognitive, but now Cloud9. What do you do?
I think we had several games like that against Cog.
When you had bad games like that, what did you do to pick yourselves up and get yourself fresh? Like, it's not easy.
You have to really make like Taylor Swift, and you just got to shake it off and get ready for the next game. You have to
Did you just really say that?
I love Taylor Swift.
Shake it up.
For real.
Shake it up. I would play somebody that would probably destroy the stream for the time being. So we're currently waiting patiently now for the third game to begin. Probably going to get a few moments of rest between it so we can tune in with what we're liking to call here at the moment. We're going to call it, it's definitely Latin American Bart on the right because of the glasses as well. And his co-caster here. They're going to discuss the game, probably show us some replays here. We're going to take a couple of minutes, let Ataraxia listen to some Taylor Swift for a few moments. If you do have some Taylor Swift at home, be quite happy to listen to it yourself and shake it off. But we won't be listening to it here. We'll be listening to some random music.